Hey there, horror movie tea sippers.
The following podcast episode will contain spoilers for the movie we are about to review. If you have not seen the movie and do not wish to have anything ruined prematurely, please do not continue to watch or listen until you have seen the movie.
And welcome to the Horror Movie Tea Podcast. Today, for Asian Horror Month, we are covering Midnight, which is a Korean film.
South Korean.
Yeah, I don't think it's even possible for us to get North Korean.
I don't know, but I wanted to be on the safe side.
Okay, yeah. Obviously a South Korean film. We don't have much contact with the North. Except... But anyways.
Okay, don't get political on me here.
I'm not getting... That's how it is!
This came out in 2022.
Yeah. But before we go into the review, let's grab our cups and talk about tea.
Moving on, let's go.
I am drinking the Republic of Tea, the Crown, the Princess's Peach Bellini tea. It's got black tea, peach, apricot, vanilla cream, and champagne flavors, monk fruit, and peach bits.
And I am drinking Republic of Tea's cinnamon vanilla. And it's got caffeine-free rooibos, natural cinnamon, and vanilla flavors.
Yay! And thank you to the Republic of Tea for allowing us to continue to do what we love. And for our tea sippers, brew yourself a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the review. I forgot to write a summary for this one. Oops. Well, I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
It is.
This guy, this murderer guy.
Serial killer. Well, spree killer.
A killer.
Yeah.
Comes after this woman who happens to be deaf.
Yes. After she sees something she shouldn't have.
Yeah. Is it Hush? That other one?
Similar to it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Hush.
Where a killer's after
loosely.
a deaf girl.
Yeah. Yeah. So for entertainment, I really liked this movie. I felt like it had really great tension. I loved the creativity in how she realized that he was there with her at times. And the stakes, like the way he's coming after her, the obstacles she has to go through, like the stakes feel like truly high. Like if she gets caught, she's
screwed.
Yeah. And I feel like the reactions, at least her reactions, were pretty realistic, and yeah.
It felt organic.
Yeah, so I'm debating between a 7.5 and a 7.75. I'll go with a 7.5. What? Are we twinsies?
No, you were just bouncing your leg a lot. There was a lot of noise.
Oh. Sorry. But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say I mean, it's just kind of like overall, like, it's a fun movie. It's very exciting and tense, and it's just one of those like edge of your seat type of movies where you're like, come on, come on, come on.
It is.
Yeah. So, but that's what I got, surprisingly.
It is a fun, entertaining movie, but it also made me extremely frustrated. I think a lot of that, for me, stems from her response, fight or flight wise, versus my gut instincts and reactions to things. Also, the fact that it could have been over, like the movie could have been over about a third of the way in, by the mom. We'll get to that later. I give it a 7.5. I don't think you actually said a solid thing.
Yeah, I said a 7.5, and then that's right when you poked me.
Sorry.
And that's why I'm like, Quincy?
I was so distracted because it was just...
Sorry. I've been fiddling with this, but I need to find like a silent fidget thing so I can busy my hands.
Just...
Because otherwise I pick my skin and do things. I need something with my hands.
So I also, yes, I do give it a 7.5. It was an entertaining movie. It was a little frustrating in several moments with choices that were made.
But for you, 7.5 is pretty good.
But it is pretty good, yeah. And I would definitely watch it again. I intend to watch it again. It is a fun movie. And it's different.
Yeah. I really like whenever there's the repeated formula over and over again, it gets very tiring. So it's been refreshing in the past, 5 years or 5 years or so, where these movies are coming out where it's just a nice little refresh on the genre.
Yeah.
And especially whenever you watch foreign films, I feel like the creativity in going outside of the typical cookie cutter version of that film, like a movie we'll be talking about a few weeks down the line, it's very refreshing.
Yeah.
And it makes the genre exciting again.
Yes. And I've actually been enjoying the movies that we've seen recently that have main characters that are differently abled. So we've reviewed a few that, one of the main characters was autistic. We've reviewed some that, the main character's blind.
Yeah. So
in this one, she's deaf, and so is her mom. So it just adds another element to the story. Yeah,
it's not only does it add additional representation.
Yes.
But it also adds a whole new element of tension.
It does.
Of tension that you wouldn't expect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I love the different things that she uses around their house and all that indicate that he's there. Yeah. And even when he tries to tamper with some things, she has others that he didn't know about. Yeah. That she's able to pay attention to and realize and get out of the way in time. So it's really interesting there.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff wouldn't have even imagined working, so
I am just amazed at the audacity of the killer, though, with some of the things that he does. It's not out of the realm of possibility, the things that he does. For sure. In the very beginning when he kills the girl whose cab got stolen by these 3 a-holes that were incredibly discourteous. There are 3 guys there. She's the only woman, and she was clearly heading for that cab. She is on her own. In the middle of the night, in the middle of freaking nowhere. Seriously? You're gonna let her just wander the streets on her own, and take the cab? Really?
I hope they had a lot of guilt.
Pulse.
Yeah.
But the killer got her and then implicated them in the murder. The audacity. But that also kind of insinuates him into the investigation as a witness. That adds an extra level of thrill to him, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because that's the Zodiac killer.
Yeah.
Where he had send clues to the police and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Jesus. I'm scared now.
You're sending me into auditory overload here, okay?
Sorry. I'll have my leg out so I can't
scold you like a mom. Stop it.
Sorry. Sorry, Mom.
So, but the characters, the main characters, for the most part, and again, we'll get to this later, make decent decisions and are not stupid the entire time, which I appreciate. It's just a difference of the fight instinct, I think, that really just irks me. The main character was very passive, I feel like, and I get it. She's in a crazy situation. She's got an extra level of things to worry about and things to look out for, that, you know, she's just trying to get out of the situation safely. But the almost lack of fight in her is just very frustrating to me. So that's more of a personal thing. It's not a knock on realism or anything. It's not a knock on her or her acting or anything like that. I can easily see it happening. It's just frustrating.
Everybody handles those situations differently.
Yes, exactly. It's just incredibly frustrating to me personally, who would be like, okay, let me use something to bash the guy's arm, or he's got my arm and I can't really grab anything to bash him with. I'm biting the ever-living F out of his arm so he lets go. Like, do something. Or, okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. So, in the police station, when they're there to make their statements, and he shows the mom what's in the bag, and then he proceeds to attack the other guy, and they're on the ground struggling, but not rolling around or anything. Like, he's still in one space, stationary, basically. She's got a bag of weapons in her lap. And she could have ended it like that. Whole thing could have been over. Easily. And she didn't even necessarily have to kill him to do it. Just incapacitate him with it. But that's just me. I'm the aggressive one, I know. I know. She was another very passive character. Very sweet lady. Very, very sweet lady. But I would have ended it. That's all I'm saying. Could have been over a whole lot easier. Would have protected her daughter, who she was fiercely protective of. Which, so it seemed a little out of character almost that she didn't do anything. So, and I know she was a little bit in shock at the whole situation, but where was the mama bear? Just saying. But okay. We can go ahead to the realism now.
Realism. This is another one that I had the hardest time on. Because it is what you said, like, it could have been ended so quickly, and yet it wasn't. So it's like, how does, yeah, I don't.
And a lot of the situations and everything seemed plausible.
Yeah.
Everything seemed fairly plausible. He was a really good liar.
Yeah.
But, you know, psychopaths and sociopaths often are. So, you know.
Okay. Go ahead with your rating so I can maybe solidify mine, because I'm struggling. I couldn't think of one yet.
So, this one was extremely difficult.
Sorry to put you in the hot seat.
I'm gonna go with a 3. tentatively?
See, I was thinking a 3.5 or a 4.
I'm going to tentatively go with a 3. So, as discourteous and rude as it was, I can see the 3 a-holes taking the cab.
Oh,
I can see
yeah.
that.
Especially in places like
Oh, yeah.
New York and like the big city.
Oh, yeah.
They don't care.
They don't care. Yeah. I get it. It was nice that the girl was smart and didn't just automatically hop in his car. And to be fair, he was nice looking. And he seemed very kind at first and all, but she's on her own late at night in the middle of the big city, basically in an alley. And she doesn't know the dude. So it's not a good idea to get in the stranger's vehicle. So it was nice that she wasn't automatically like, yeah, sure, I appreciate it, thanks. Let me get in the killer's van right off the bat. She then turns stupid, though, and investigates the noise when he opens the van door and she hears some person weakly asking for help out of the same creeper van. No, that's when you call someone, sweetie. You leave. There's a reason you said no in the first place. Why would you go back to it?
Yeah.
It was a bit of a movie's got a movie moment. He really does get off on the thrill, calls PD, tells him he found dead bodies and implicates the other 3 people and inserts himself into the investigation, even in a small capacity of like giving a statement. That's believable. It happens fairly often, actually. So that I can definitely easily see. The brother of the chick that got attacked next is extremely controlling and seems extremely unhealthy. Yeah. The relationship between the two. Like, excuse you? It almost seemed abusive the way he was talking to her at first. Like, if you don't go out like that unless you want to die. It almost sounded like a threat. I don't know if he meant it as a threat or if he was saying someone else is gonna want to kill her.
Yeah, like be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seemed really off and just overbearing to the max.
I wonder.
And then sending her so many texts.
Yeah.
And calls. It was a very unhealthy relationship.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
Just saying. And I get Big Brother wants to look out for his sister, especially since the parents are no longer there. But that seemed a bit much.
Because it's like at first, like him talking to her like that, I'm like, oh yeah, because, you know, in some cultures, like the parents can be what we would consider overbearing, but it's like in their culture, just them being good parents. And so maybe the brother was trying to take on that role. But yeah, the texts definitely make it a little bit more extreme. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I understand texting closer to the time and just trying to check in and make sure that she got home okay, especially since she had messaged him saying she was on her way home and then not being able to get in contact with her after that. I can see that. But sending that many texts, dude, sister complex much? Jesus. Seemed way too much. I loved the main chick insulting all of them at the dinner. Because, I mean, just because she can't hear them doesn't mean she doesn't know what's going on. She's not stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was a very satisfying scene watching her insult all of them. And then knowing that her boss knows what's going on and what she's saying, and it's just like, no, she's complimenting you. She's very happy to be here. It's great. It made me happy. A little bit of justice. That had to have been, when she was running away from the killer initially, the squeakiest, noisiest parking garage sounds ever. When she went to park it initially and when she was trying to get away. I have never heard that much tire squealing in a parking garage ever. Jesus. The lights in the hall went from dark and strobing to full brightness when she was running away out of the parking garage. Pick one. As much as I hate the strobing effects, pick one. We already talked about the dude struggling and why the mom didn't grab one of the 30 weapons out of his bag and end him. Oh, so when the guy breaks into the apartment and she gets out through the window, I don't know how her hair held. First off, I want to know what she uses, 'cause damn. But also when she lands, and he throws the weapon at her and she rolls out of the way of it, she doesn't pick it up. She just leaves it there for him to potentially grab and use against her later. She could have grabbed it and had something with which to defend herself. But okay. But the main thing is that with this movie that got me was people need to freaking follow through. As I've said with many other killer movies, just because he's down does not mean it's over. Follow through and make sure that even if he's not dead, which would really be the preferred scenario, at least make sure he's not going to get back up. Just saying. So, follow through.
It can be difficult, though, because it's like...
It can be.
It's one of those things, because, like, legally, once they're incapacitated, you're not supposed to touch them anymore.
But he wasn't fully incapacitated. He wasn't even knocked out.
Yeah.
He wasn't even unconscious. And if he gets back up, they know that he's going to keep trying to kill them.
Yeah.
So continue, shall we?
Yeah.
It's not that difficult. Take out his kneecap, something, make it at least a little more difficult that even if he does get back up, you're going to be able to outrun him pretty well. Give yourself a bit of an advantage, maybe. All I'm saying. But again, I am the aggressive one and I know this. So.
I'll rate it a 3.5.
Okay.
And you were very explicitly detailed. So there's nothing that you said that is different than what I put. So, yeah.
And the police irked me. They seemed just overly incompetent as well.
Which is kind of a trope.
It is a trope. So,
especially slasher movies. Slasher movies in particular. Yes. They're like...
Yep. Yeah. Because movies got a movie.
Yeah.
So.
But like overall, I really like the different take of it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you like slasher movies and you want a different take Hush and this one, Midnight, are definitely like good ones.
Honestly, I
You
preferred
like
this
this one better?
I preferred this one to Hush.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like, I know it's very different because it's
Yeah.
like with Hush, it's more contained, while
Yeah.
this one is
She's
like,
more isolated in that one.
yeah, while this one is like, she's navigating like the city
Yeah.
and like how,
While
yeah.
trying to protect her mom.
Yeah. Like that. And so the stakes are a lot higher.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But thank you so much for joining us today, and please comment on what you thought of the movie. If you'd like to recommend a movie, game, or tea and keep up to date with our content, you can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Discord, and most places you listen to podcasts.
If you'd like to support the podcast, please subscribe, like, and share our content. If you'd like to support us monetarily, we have our Teespring and our PayPal donate button and our affiliate link with the Republic of Tea. It does not affect the price of the tea. It just allows us to continue to do what we love. And in all of the sites mentioned will be linked down below. And until the next time, guys, stay safe and stay spoopy.
Bye.
Bye.